We tried. We really tried. This is the story of Donegal 2024 from behind the scenes. I know this is some time after the event, but the few weeks since this rally, it's taken a bit of time to process and pick ourselves up as we head to Ulster this coming week to try and put a few wrongs to right. Let's have a look at the journey. So this, believe it or not, is already the first instalment of Donegal 2024. Sat patiently waiting at the docks in Liverpool, heading to Belfast tonight, overnight, to do our recce and a test in the new car that C&M have brought over with Ryan Loughran NPL to do a bit of testing in. We've got a little bit to do, try and find a little bit more performance from myself and the car. Got some little ideas on setup that we're going to try. Nothing huge, there's nothing that I feel is really lacking, but we're just going to try and find a little bit more efficiency in the setup, and just to get those last little tenths that we're missing, and got to try and take advantage of our little bit of knowledge that we have over particularly Keith in Donegal. That's the main target, but yeah, big couple of weeks ahead, so hoping this cold I've had since I got back from Caribbean shifts itself fairly quickly, but apart from that, we're looking forward to it. Just really want to thank everybody who's been on board so far, obviously with the sponsorship for the event, and obviously with these vlogs getting a bit of popularity. It's great to have the support, and we really value the involvement everybody's had into getting us in the championship this year. And obviously this is the first vlog actually about me driving, so it might be a bit different to the first couple. Most of you that have watched any of my social media will know that this is a fairly regular occurrence on the ferry. I tend to know my way around these quite well now, so it's a fairly comfortable form of transport. It shouldn't be too bad a crossing either, so gets into Belfast at about 6:30, and then we're off to meet Dave to do some recce. So we're up here in the middle of nowhere. First few runs in the new car, which feels really good. No issues, just working through a number of options that we've identified. We're going to try and go through to see what feels better, but also see what gives us a benefit in time. So we're using a proper GPS tracker to work out that, and so it's a bit more scientific than the usual feels. But yeah, just trying to do everything we can to make the most of next weekend. Car feels good. It's always felt good, but just trying to find those extra little tenths in an environment that we're in with the pace that everybody's at is hard. So proper scientific day at it today.
Are we?
This is your new friend you've got to get used to.
Not my new friend.
And you can see there the bottom of Knockalla, one of the most famous stages on the rally. Probably one of the most daunting starts to any stage anywhere I've done. That left hand you can see just in the distance is the first proper corner, and normally you're coming up there best part of 100 mile an hour with cold tyres, as there's often a delayed start here as the organisers bust the spectators up to the two hairpins you can see in the distance. But some stage with the Atlantic all the way to your left hand side for the first few Ks, but one we've been fastest on the last 3 times, so we're going to try and maintain that record this weekend.
That's more nearly. It's 80 to crest.
Crest long, it's 80 crests long, slowing.
And down right max of a crest, 200 down.
So it's rally week. We're here in a fairly midge infested little test road just to confirm some things and have a little half an hour in the car again. Looking forward to it. Big week, the biggest week probably, certainly for the championship side of things. So yeah, get everything done properly today and hopefully be a good start to the week. You've probably already noticed that Donegal is a really scenic place to visit, and it was rude not to take some of the time out between recce and various other obligations to go and have a look round, but we also had an opportunity to go and see our main sponsor, C&M Motorsport's new premises in Omagh. It was also good to catch up with Holly, who did a great job of hosting a launch event on Facebook Live, and get to see the new car in its full glory with its now familiar wrap. So we're just out on a little bit of a drive now, and I'm joined by the one and only.
It's myself. Glad to be here. Get to see some beautiful Donegal countryside before things even kick off this weekend. I'm happy to be joining you.
Good stuff. And hopefully Holly will be lifting the social media profile a little bit over and above my usual standards, so keep an eye out for that. Main man, Keith Rainey. Keeping the show on the road and avoiding the camera.
Where did you get this?
This is what the vlog's made from.
That's his office? Pirelli office?
Pirelli office, yeah.
Pirelli office. No expense paid. No expense paid. They paint the car.
Well, you got to keep me in tyres, haven't you? So you've got to save on the office furniture.
That's why we just paint it, left it in time.
Stuart is the #1 McRae fan, and he's put this together, and he was on a boat from Liverpool last night, sleeping in the cabin, didn't bring the car over, so thanks to...
Close enough to say that the hell will just be
Yeah, we're not going to be driving in Colin style because it's too valuable and too precious, but we will make some noise. And I must say, it's the loudest car I've ever been in. And there's a man over here, Stuart.
I'm the humpiest bastard, so don't even try it, right?
Time to wake up. Job to do today.
I am one sexy bastard.
This is definitely the point of the rally where you wonder why you do it. Feeling absolutely horrendous as usual, but because it's as usual, it's obviously a good sign. Morning, Patrick.
Morning, how you doing?
So, yeah, park for mate, out at 9 o'clock, and then nice long road section to settle into going up the road. Just in time to see Mitchell squeeze it into his new race suit.
Aye. Like it?
Does it fit?
Eh? Wee bit big around the belly, but anyway.
Room to grow into then.
That's one thing I'm good at.
Okay, so we're here in Condona Services. We've had an hour run up the road from Letterkenny to basically take in the weather and see what we're going to choose tyre-wise. It's a bit of a lottery because there's a lot of black grey cloud over there, but it's bone dry at the minute, so we've got a bit of a choice to make here. 3 fast stages that we're going to repeat this afternoon ahead of us. Pretty fast, most of them, but some tricky mountainous sort of roads as well, so a bit to consider, but we're ready for it and we're looking forward to getting going.
bumps, 6 left over crest jump, slowing 4 minutes in to left max, continues in over crest, bump 60, 5 right over drop crest and left times 5 in to drop crest, 150 over kink.
So 6 stages down, we're leading by I think 12 seconds. It's a decent lead, but it's not been easy got. So we've had a good battle all day, but the battle has been as much keeping it on the road and getting the tyre choice right. We had a little overshoot on stage 4, and then just consolidated that sort of rhythm after that. So happy with where we are. It's a nothing of a lead going in overnight into tomorrow, but a little bit more knowledge of the stages tomorrow. So hopefully we can consolidate that and keep building.
How's it going?
Okay. Morning, mate.
Oh man,
How are you? All right.
I have to
Ready to go again.
Go right into left max, 80, 5 left in, 5 right opens okay, 60, left max continues for 100 over bump, tightens 5 minus okay, 150 up, right max dab, 5 left tightens past the gap, go 5 right in, left tightens fast, 5 over bump late, 80, flat crest, and flat step crest. Flat step crest to brow. In, go 5 left, 80, flat 5 left line to crest jump and early right max line to left max going 60 over crest, 4 left stay in and 3 right minus opens over crest, left tightens 5, 100.
So this service marks halfway through the day, halfway through the rally. Tell us what your experience has been so far.
It's been fairly flat out hectic this morning. We've only done 4 stages in quite a long period of time, but overall we've had a really good run. Slightly lucky moment on the second one this morning, but apart from that it's been really good. And obviously Callum's pushing really hard because we're going hard and we're not really making much of a difference. You know, I think we've gained about 1.5 seconds over the course of the morning, which is obviously the right way, but it's pushing hard to try and maintain that. So
Looking forward to this afternoon, we've got 2 loops of 2 stages. Tell us what those are like.
The first one's quite tricky actually. It starts very narrow, there's a fairly fast bit in the middle, but then goes narrow towards the end, so it's quite different in character to the others. The second one is a bit more open. It's the wrong direction to what we've used it before, but in a fairly fast open moorland stage, which is it's really good fun, but again a bit of an unknown this direction.
How does Matt Edwards approach those stages this afternoon?
I don't think Matt Edwards has much choice at the moment, so we'll just have to keep going as hard as we can. 14 seconds will disappear if we back off, and it can all disappear in a stage if you're not careful.
Your second, Matt.
Where do you want it?
Here.
Mostly difficult balancing act.
It's not much of a balance, we could be going for it really. The 14 seconds is being easily had, so just double check. We're just going to keep going as pace we are to try and just keep that.
Far back, will you? Just do it, change in 1 week.
into flat 5 right minus in, opens for 100, 100 down, early flat 5 right minus line, 250 down, line into 4 left minus and very long, 60, late 4 left fast, right tightens flat 5, early 5 left line, 250 down, tight 2 right slippy. Five left minus to left max, 80, right max line, 130 over bumps, flat 5 right short line, 150 over bumps, flat 5 left minus line, 150, flat crest, 100, late 5 left long, okay to bump, 100, step crest jump, 100, right tightens 3, tightens long, 120.
And that brought to a close a very dramatic but exciting day 2 of the Donegal Rally for us. We held a decent advantage, but we were caught on the last stage with the wrong tyres on for the weather. The weather changed just as we were sat on the start line, so we opted to take it as steady and carefully through there as we could without losing too much time, but still gave away a little bit more than we'd like to. But it still set us up for a good, exciting battle on Sunday. Plenty to do, plenty of mileage left, but we were happy with our position and the work we'd done in the day, despite a few little dramas, a few little moments as you saw in those clips, but comfortable with our pace and satisfied as we could carry on till tomorrow. Well, it is a beautiful day here, Rathmullen Bay. Last day Donegal International Rally, headed into it with a 16 point something second lead. Still a massive chunk of mileage to do today, so that's clearly not something we can relax and take some comfort from the get-go today. Callum's going to be going like hell to try and catch us, that's for sure, so we've got to go somewhere near the pace we've been in the last 2 days to hold him off. No question that it's something I'd love to do. Such an iconic rally and be such a big thing to achieve, but main thing is stick to the process. As Fast Made Easy would have it, focus on the process to get the times, and the times should be there, rather than focus on trying to just get a time. So we'll get our heads down and get the job done. See you on the other side.
Three, two, one, go. Rightish to brow, 150. Right max line, 130. Flat crest long, 100. Drop crest, 100. Drop crest, 60. Chicane, right entry, 5 bales. 150 up. Left max nips over bumps. Line okay. 80. Right max long. To brow, early right max. 80. Left max in over crest. 130. She okay?
No.
Left max in over crest, 130. Slot square left minus. Is it in stage mode?
Yeah.
Into flat crest. 150.
So as you can hear from the conversation in the car there, it felt a little bit down on power off the start, which turns out to be a result of being held on the line for a few minutes before we started and a bit of a build-up of heat in the engine bay, and it just caused the pop-off to go off and not reset itself. So we were on the back foot a little bit off the start line, but we strung a good stage together in the end and only dropped 3 to the lead, so everything was still okay. And then it was into Atlantic Drive. and we had a really good start to this stage again, but just coming into a very technical section of the stage, I just misheard a note. I very simply got to this point and didn't know where I was. I didn't know what the corner was. It could have been a hairpin, it could have been a flat right. I just got out of sequence in my mind, and we were carrying too much speed to make the tightening 3 right. After a fairly dramatic tumble across the wall, it was clear we'd done a bit of damage, but my instinct was to see, could we get it to the finish? Would it drive at all? What could we do with it to get us to service? Bear in mind there was another stage to go. And all that, at the same time, we were realising that the chance of an overall win had all but gone. There was the championship still to think about, which was our motivation at this point. We just had to get to the end by hook or by crook and see what we could salvage, but the disappointment was on both our minds immediately, and coming across the end of the stage, it was a fairly tough one to consider, and there was a period of silence in the car between us, but it was fully my mistake, and I'd have to deal with that going forward to the rest of the event. But it was back to business immediately, and even with the steering wheel as out as it was, as you can see, we had a job to do in safeguarding as many championship points as we could. We basically towed out both track rods as best as we could on the road to try and make it drive somewhat straight. Started the stage in Cal 1 and just gradually increased the pace as we went, as we sort of learnt the characteristics of the new handling package on the Fiesta. But we set a good time, to be fair, and managed to get back to service and get it straightened out. And then into the last but one stage in Garton, we had a good run, looking to get back as much time as we could, but to add insult to injury, we had this little spin. Bit of melted tar just on the apex there, and it just sent the back round and wedged between the hedges, which summed up the day really. Just took our time just to get back and on our way, but another bitter pill to swallow, and that put us yet further behind, and behind Josh Moffat going into the last stage, which we needed to take advantage of.
You didn't deserve that now, Fred. No. Okay.
Matt, it was such a consistent drive up until today.
It's obviously not gone quite to plan, but, you know, you put it in perspective, it is a sport, you know, we're in a privileged position to be able to do it. You know, and there was a time in my life where it was the only thing I lived for, but, you know, those times have changed a little bit, and I'm lucky to go home to somebody that's, you know, really supportive of me, and Jess, my wife, and the kids are my world now, and it gives a bit of perspective on the whole thing, that, you know, it's not everything. It would have been a dream to win it, but at the same time, you know, we're lucky to be doing what we do, and we've got to keep that in mind.